the same damage type. Is it just because you can stack them? The answer is yes, just because you can stack them together, which makes no fucking sense if this is gold. And then, and then here's another thing. You see faction mods, right? 55% damage. This is 165. Why would I use this? Like Valve Acceleration. Exactly. Valve Acceleration Speed Trigger. And you're wondering, like, why is this one blind? And it gives me less damage percentage compared to this one, which is not prime. Why is this one a prime one and costs so much to rank up, yet this one's a blue one? So why do I have to use this? Right? And plus, when I put this mod onto my screen, nothing changes. No green numbers go up. That's not explained. Like, I would love if they, like, the percentage or something, like the wording, it would work on their wording. Yes, exactly, 19 and 60. I wish they would work on their wording. Because this all says 65% damage, 55% damage to Corpus. It's like, but I'm already dealing 165% more damage. Why would I want to deal 55% more damage? See, it doesn't make sense. Because it looks fucking weird. So people will always never go for the faction mod, while the faction mod actually multiplies that. Serration multiplies this section, and then this one multiplies the serration one. You see, it's completely different, right? This is the thing that it's not explained. It looks deceiving, you know? It should say 1.5 times damage is 85. It should something that's more easier to understand. Not as much easier to understand, but more inviting for the brain to actually start ticking, you know? Otherwise, it's just like, it's a very... So instead of just showing like 165 versus 55, it's like, of course the bigger number is stronger, because when I put the bigger number, the modding section goes green. So yeah, it's not a bad way of thinking, right? It's a very straightforward and obvious way of thinking. Makes sense. Not a beginner-friendly game for me. It's true, because you go through that process and then it gives us lead, where we're basically reacting to this video. My friend is the one who's teaching me about stuff. That's also good to have, but then again, you should also try to explore a little bit.
I managed to figure out on eventually, so off to the jump. Simple premise, but still fun execution.
Tougher opponent? The man is just staring at you.
Mods have a point cost, and putting them into a specific slot reduces the cost, and I only have a certain point cap. This probably should have been briefly mentioned in the mods section of your tutorial.
No.
I managed to fit 4 on eventually, so off to the junction. This is a 1-1-5.
He's just staring though.
I've also unlocked on the screen right now. Side note, in my new game, holograms can open your risk of having a follow your it's very good
That AAC is not a shooter, persons. We already recorded, pointed out this. Sometimes like skill pack discover so quickly. I break the mission, but oh, MR test. And then how the mastery tests were quite innovating. And then suddenly now, I don't even remember what was my last one? I don't even remember my mastery test at this point. The only mastery test I remember was MR9. Because that shit, I was MR9, I was fucking fuming. That's why I was failing so much. It was stealth mode, right? I mean, I'm not a fucking stealth guy, alright? I like going into a mission and fucking blow shit up, alright? So MR9 was a fucking traumatic experience. That's what I always remember. Otherwise, I don't remember much else. I mean, there was MR25, I think it was an Arcoing. And then there was the one with the chasing the capture points. I saw Dex doing that one. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing that one. Because you're bad? Yeah, well, I'm not a fucking stealth guy. Right? If you were to put me with fucking ninjas, right? It's like, Hanzo, go there, kill that guy. Nightmare, what's up? Hanzo. You stick behind, cover Hanzo. Cool. I'm covering Hanzo, right? I'm busy opening a bag of chips. The shit is echoing. Right? Everybody heard that shit. I'm like, nobody heard that. And then I'm going to that bag. I'm fucking up the mission for Hanzo. Hanzo's dead at this point. He's dead, right? And now suddenly the enemy team is inviting me to join because apparently they think I sabotage Hanzo, so I can do that for the enemy, right? And they're like, yo, bro, welcome to the team. I'm like, okay, shit, I'm in your team now. Fuck it. Yeah, Hanzo's dead, bro. That fucker's dead. And now I'm the enemy fucking ninja. He betrayed us. We must take we must avenge Hanzo. And then I joined the fucking enemy team ninja squad, and I fucked them up. It's like, so you planned this all along. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So we had to sacrifice Hanzo to get the whole enemy ninja team annihilated. You did good work. I'm like, shit, but I guess so. Yeah, I planned that shit out. You see, it always works out in the end. You know, that's pretty me. That's pretty much me at this point, because as long as I blow shit up, it always works out. So skilled, I did nothing. All I did was open a bag of chips and suddenly shit, I saved the ninja from. I don't know how the fuck I came up with this shit, but it is what it is. Totally not because of Overwatch. That was the only like ninja name I could think of. What was his brother's name? Genji.
Really have no idea what to do. Explore the map.
Eidolons?
Cool. Apart from this guy with the dick hanging from his chin.
I cannot be destroyed.
Where's the dick?
Why did you make it?
Wait, that's actually...
Someone dare you to put some sci-fi space ninja fantasy like the old spring witching town. So who's the enemy?
I'm never going to... that's always going to be a number. That image is going to be my memory. I don't know who that is, but Dick Chin. Like, here you go, social hub. Is he going to get? He's going to encounter Eidolon? Because I remember Lazy Peon. He saw an Eidolon and was like, that's it. We don't care about that.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
An FPS leg.
So talking to this dude starts a quest. That sends me out into this massive open world expanse, hunting down enemies I think are way out of my league. Now I love the open area. I love the movement. I love the combat.
I loved
everything about the gameplay. I'm fighting alongside some other people for a while, and we do well. And then we head back to the city, and I return to the merchant and the quest.
Oh, Shadow War. Go back? Let's go back. Well, the guy Shadow War is going to have a conversation. Get the bottom right there.
The more reactive.
Have a conversation at the bottom there. It's like, hey, let's go back.
Again, I'm not actually sure what I've just did. And then he tells me about his friends and we get this picture. What the hell is this? This looks like something out of Legend of Zelda Faces of Evil's CDI animation. Who
I don't even know what that is, but it's
drew this? after being
Yo, the person who drew that probably crying right now because he missed their art, and then they took this shit, posted on Twitter, and now at this point, fuck Twitter.
terrified by that picture, I just go back to the ship. Right, now I'm thinking Warframe has stunningly good gameplay.
And you probably got that guy fired who drew that picture.
Conquered the
Tutorial
foe,
and opening
so
section.
you
But when
conquered
the game
yourself.
Wait.
actually excellent narrative
I just noticed something. You can shoot off their arms?
driven
You just shot off his arm. I didn't know you can do that.
tutorial and
The motion fucking blur is fucking annoying, but
opening
he just shot off his arm.
section. But when the game actually
Dude, his arm is dangling off. Look, his arm is dangling between his legs. It's like he has a dick now. What the fuck? Look at that. Look at that shit. And now it's swinging. It's a swinging dick arm right now.
open
Why is everything about dicks today? When is it never not about dicks, bro? See, I'll tell you something. You can talk about dicks however you want. Do you have one? You don't have one. You can still talk about it. Just like how people who talk about boobs. You have one, you don't have them, you just talk about boobs. It's big. It's definitely bigger than anybody here, that's for sure. Shit, my thing ain't that long. Goddamn. I'll be too scared if my thing that long. I would lose blood and faint if it was that long.
When the game actually begins, it loses all direction. There are so many systems suddenly thrust onto the player, like mods and the foundry and recoloring and the armory and railjacking and the fields of Eidolon and team-based PvP, which I queued up for, but it never popped. It is such a...
I wanted to see him fight an Eidolon. If I remember right, does guys have bomb steady arms if you shot if you shot low damage enough? I don't even know, man.
a jarring switch from tightly scripted and motivated gameplay to open world.
Oh, it's in their stomach. Oh, dude, it's from their stomach, bro.
Let's do whatever you want, and it's going
Yeah, you missed it ages
to
ago.
leave new players feeling very overwhelmed. If you Google Warframe, most of the results are about things you wish you knew when starting, or player guides, or walkthroughs. It seems there is a theme that this game is obtusely difficult to actually
Umbilical
grasp
cord?
early
I don't think that's an
well,
umbilical
I've
cord.
unlocked Venus, so let's go and do some missions and we can talk about the game's issues. First off, Venus is where the difficulty ramps up, and I love this. Enemies are now dangerous. My shields need to recharge and I can't just button mash. This is brilliant.
The reason it feels difficult and your shields take more damage is because Corpus have more fire rate. Corpus have the fastest fire rate, right? Out of all enemies that are not using a turret. Right?
Gameplay design, and it makes me even more annoyed
And no, Fitch, you're talking about your mom, and that's very, very rude to talk about your mom like that. Stop projecting, you know, it's just a bad thing.
that the general system failures. Warframe can, from my opinion, be broadly broken down into two main experiences.
Well, you don't have to ban that guy. It'll be funnier to meme
We
on him.
received intel that somebody vital
Right.
to enemy operations
What's up,
is here.
Roadblock? How's it
Find them
going?
and capture them.
Yeah, you don't have to ban that guy. Just meme on him.
You have when playing is the actual in-game mission gameplay, the running and jumping and shooting,
You
and
found
the
a
out
target.
of
Because it's more
Capture them
content for
quickly
me.
before they escape.
You know? It's more content for me, man.
mission game systems like modding and upgrading and building and unlocking stuff.
His response isn't going to be funny enough?
It's
Alright.
top notch. It's one of the best movement systems in an online
Let him
game.
cook.
The gunplay is awesome.
The capture
You
target has
feel
vital
like a
information
space
that we will
ninja.
need to
The
extract.
screen blur
We
on
need our
dashing
subject
vertical
brought back
The
alive.
screen blur is horrible, trust me. Especially when you get
complete.
into a
The
chaotic
captive has
fight,
been
that
escorted to the
that
extraction
blur
point.
is just
well
like...
done.
Have you ever seen... He hasn't seen Asian Invasion's video.
Sparks when melee attacking, a satisfying loud thud when you headshot someone with an arrow. Warframe has paid attention to the minutiae and it shows. Warframe gives you that kind
What the hell is minutia? Dude. I love English. What the fuck does minutia mean? I know minutes. Never heard the word minutia. I could Google it, but I have some very knowledgeable people in the world in the chat, right? The small things. I see. Minor detail. Yeah, see, those words I understand. Minor detail. than my 99 utes.
Adulterated feeling of being awesome when you do something awesome. It's literally built to let you do awesome things all the time. It's mechanic and brilliant when you're playing it.
He's about to drop some major fucking points. I mean, he already had dropped some major points. I think we're gonna get to that, the other big ones.
If there was one thing Warframe does better than almost any other game, it's make you feel cool. But all the stuff outside of the gameplay, the actual game design systems, they are so needlessly obtuse and terribly explained. I feel like I need a veteran player to sit down with me and dedicate a good week just to bringing me up to speed on what I had thrust upon me.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. That there's no lie about that. That is absolutely true.
This feels like feature creep. Like every new year, a new system has been added, and players at the time have had all the time they needed to learn and adapt. But new players like me get greeted with years of changes and advancements, and it's overwhelming. The problem is they've shown they can design a well-paced game with the opening. That was perfect.
Okay.
Tutorial, gameplay, cinematics combining, unlocking features and systems step by step with relevance to a narrative and a defined bad guy. That was such a strong start.
Yes.
And then it totally drops the ball when you are given complete intimidating freedom and no sense of direction in this otherwise brilliant game. Eventually,
I like the freedom, but the sense of direction, that's the part that kind of it gets really irritating. We need some sort of like sense on what our next goal is. Even though we go like clearly all we have to do is go to the star chart and look at the shiny blinking dots, and then that's pretty much our goal. But then give us something, you know?
Oh, I wish
back from
better
Edge?
things
Welcome
for
back
us.
from Edge.
after
But
exploring
you've
the ship,
broken
I
my
discovered
faith in me.
Codex, which appears to be a load of quest lines. This one needs me to unlock
I am open
another
to this
jump.
combat
So I
experience.
check
I
that
will
junction
learn
on the
from this
navigation
combat
control, and that
experience.
needs me to
I
do
am
some more stuff to
ready for
unlock.
this
I work backwards from there, finding the level names and unlocking them in order. And this eventually brings me to the first boss, the